Everybody has a story, and everyone is deserving of friendship, kindness, and acceptance. Today's story is about Teddy and the book is called Teddy Loses His Ears by Christine Milkovic Krauss. Story about a real life rescue cat who lost his ears to frostbite in minus 50-degree temperatures in Central. So we'll be right back with Teddy's story and the many lessons we can learn from it on the Writer's Corner live show. If you're just joining us, then a big hearty warm welcome to the Writer's Corner live. I'm Brigitte Limbanda from Cape Town in South Africa, and in today's show we're going to be talking to Christine Milkovic Krauss. In the show, we are going to be introducing you to a brand new author that's not been on our show before, and her amazing book about a real life story. So let us know where you're watching from. If you're brand new, we'd be happy to give you a shout out because we love new viewers on the show. And today's show is made possible by Creative Edge, StreamYard, and Be Live Media. So a special warm welcome wherever you're watching us today. We're all about helping people level up while they are live, because we know even our authors, when you are talking about your books, everything is not quite back to normal yet. I know that some authors are starting in-person book signings, but for the most part, a lot of authors are still using online. So one of the things that you can do, we're all about giving you some tips and tricks. A lot of the authors are going live using their phones, and there's nothing wrong with it. But if you've wondered why you get those black lines on the side, it's because you're holding your phone in portrait mode. So what you can do instead is simply turn your phone into landscape mode, and that'll take away the black lines, and you'll have more space so that you can use your hands and show your book, and your audience can see you clearly, and it looks so much more interactive. So just turn your phone into landscape mode. That'll make a huge difference. And then the other thing you want to do is use some kind of a tripod. You can use an iographer, a DJI Osmo, or just a simple plain tripod of some sorts, and stabilize your phone. Because what happens if you don't do that, it's very hard to hold your phone still for a long time if you're trying to talk. And it makes the audience feel seasick when your hand moves or shakes. So just those little changes will make a huge difference to the way that you interact with your audience. Mary and I both also use the Logitech Brio other than what's built onto your laptop. You are going live with your laptop. The other recommendation we'd like to make is that use something like a lapel microphone, like the Rode lavalier microphone. All these little changes makes a huge difference. And so with that, let me just bring on my amazing co-host and friend, Mary Elizabeth Jackson. She's also an author, an award-winning author that is. She's written so many children's stories. She's an advocate and a ghostwriter. Mary, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you. And I'm looking forward to our author today.
Me too. And today is National Book Lovers Day. Isn't that exciting? I saw that on the news this morning, and I was like, oh, we have to celebrate because we have show all authors, and what an amazing thing to love in life, reading, and the love of reading, how important it is in our lives, isn't it?
Absolutely, for sure. And in South Africa, it's a public holiday as well. It's a day in South Africa here. And so it's kind of nice that we're both female presenters, and we've got a female author on the show today, which is amazing. So if anyone haven't met Christine Milkovic, she is a pet lover, a cat mom, and she's also got 2 beautiful children. And Teddy is her real life rescue pet, and we're going to hear a lot more about that. The stories that Christine shares about Teddy are used to raise awareness of preventable injuries, pet care, self-esteem, and disabilities. She also uses it as a platform to raise awareness of rescue organizations who save thousands of animals every single year. So let's not waste any more time and invite our special guest for the show today.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Hi. We're so excited to have you today.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. And coincidentally, Mary, yesterday was National Cat Day.
Ah, nice.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Lots
to celebrate. Yes, I know.
Yes.
I grew up with cats, and I'm a cat lover. But as I became a grown up, in my grown up years, I became somewhat allergic. So my kids are like, I want a cat, and we haven't done a cat yet. We have a dog, but at some point I may just put something on my nose and, bring a cat in the house. So I love cats. So.
I love cats too. Yeah, they're very self-sufficient and they just bring so much joy and love and cuddles. So I'm just over the moon with my rescue cat. So I couldn't be happier with our pick.
And they're a lot like teenagers. I'll let you pet me. Don't pet me. Yes, you can look at me. Yes, I want love now.
Very aloof. And then they just come home for food.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got our neighbor's cat live at our house as well, always here. And in fact, she just visits the neighborhood. She just loves visiting the neighborhood. Anyway, so tell us how you met Teddy. Tell us the story of Teddy. How did Teddy come to be a part of your life and your family?
Well, I heard about this rescue organization through friends who were doing fostering online, and they put me in touch with Heart and Soul Dog and Cat Rescue Organization, and I volunteered to be a foster mom for pets, which is essentially just giving a pet a temporary home until they can be adopted into their forever home. So we started out with kittens, and it was just so much fun. Then we were looking on the website and we saw Teddy. Now, somebody has to volunteer to be a foster mom before that pet gets a spot on a truck to drive from central Canada to the West Coast where it can be adopted. And nobody was really volunteering to take this cat in particular. And I think it's because he looked different. He had no ears. He kind of looked a little bit angry and very feral looking. And I thought, well, this cat's been through a lot. I can't believe no one's adopting him. I think he looks cute, and my children absolutely wanted to give this cat a second chance. And so we volunteered to foster Teddy. And then as it turns out, he just really fit in with our family. And that's the great thing about fostering animals, is you get an opportunity to see if that pet fits with your lifestyle, and Teddy really did. So we officially adopted Teddy Easter 2021.
And he's a very lucky Teddy to have found you guys as well. So all animals and humans need love, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, they do. Absolutely. So is this the first time you guys had become a foster family with Teddy, or had this, because I know reading about you, that this was partly during the pandemic. Had you done this before then?
Yes, so just right before Teddy, we fostered a litter of kittens over Christmas, the pandemic 2021. And since we adopted Teddy, we've fostered a couple of new mom cats, and there are 11 kittens total. So we had 2 moms and 7 kittens from one litter, and 3 kittens from another, 4 kittens from another litter, and 2 moms. So we had 11 cats total in addition to Teddy.
Wow, that is amazing. Oh my gosh. Well, we need lots of love like that in the world. We thank you for doing that. That's awesome. And I know your kids absolutely love it.
Oh, it's just so much fun. These kittens just bounce around the house and destroy everything, and I could watch them for hours. It's just easy entertainment.
Oh my
So
goodness.
They need their own YouTube channel.
Yeah, right? Yes, they do.
You should. Oh my goodness, that's a marvelous idea. People are entertained by. I mean, it's like I could sit and watch. When my sons were young, we had a fishbowl, and I could sit and watch this fishbowl all day long. I never got tired of it. Just watching all that movement was so therapeutic and entertaining all at the same time. So, what was it about Teddy in particular that grabbed you? I mean, you've got other rescue kittens in your home, but what was it about Teddy that pulled on your heartstrings and made you feel like you wanted to use Teddy to make a difference?
I felt like Teddy's story was so unique, and it was something I'd never heard of. I know people know not to leave your pets or children in a car when it's hot out, but I don't think anyone really thinks about when it's too cold. So learning about Teddy's story and then kind of researching his backstory, I just had to know what happened to this cat. And my children's reactions to the cat. Oh, well, first of all, when I picked Teddy up to foster him, I opened the crate, and he just snuggled my face. And I think he just imprinted on me automatically. And then we had a few weeks with him at home, and he's just so quirky and funny, and just a lap cat, just cuddled with me and slept with me. And when the rescue organization told me that they have a confirmed adoption for Teddy, I was like, I don't think so. I got very possessive over Teddy, and that's when I knew I couldn't let this cat go. He was mine. He belongs with me.
That's so sweet. Well, having this going on in your life, what ended up making you want to write the book about him, like to turn it into a book for children? Because obviously there are a lot of avenues that the story can go and platforms that it can support. But what made you want to do it, and what are the hidden gems in the book, do you feel?
Well, I wanted to do it because, I think as far as pet care goes, people can learn from this story, and it's good to teach children at a very young age. And because I had now adopted a cat, I wasn't going to be helping the organization with fostering. So I wanted to somehow create a platform for them to raise awareness to other people so that they can continue bringing on more foster families and getting donations. And so I thought this book would raise awareness that way. But then also judging. I mean, I judged the cat just like probably everybody else. We thought he would be an angry cat. Nobody wanted to foster this cat because he looked different. And you know what? At the end of the day, he turned out to be an amazing pet. And just because people or cats look different, it's okay to ask those questions and not prejudge them, not make assumptions. So that was part of the reason I felt like the story needed to be told, because it taught me a lesson too. And yeah, I just really wanted to share that message with children, and also just to be kind and accept people or pets for who they are. So Teddy's a lovable character. So he relates to children, and I think they can connect with the story on an emotional level.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely.
are there any, apart from just the lessons for animals, I think there are lessons in there for us as people as well? as far as acceptance is concerned?
Yeah, absolutely. So in the story, it shows Teddy's journey about what he went through, and then how he felt once he looked different, and kind of the struggles that he went through. And then when people were asking him questions, he thought they were making fun of him, but they really weren't. They were just curious to hear about his story, and they actually thought he was brave, and they supported him. And yeah, I think there's lessons there for everybody about just
Very
being
nice.
kind and friendship, and not making up whispering theories about what could have happened to that person. Just ask those questions and acknowledge it. And I think acknowledgement goes a long way
It does.
in
And talking. Yeah.
yeah, and understanding and learning from people's stories, because everybody is different. And so the only way we can learn and grow is to ask those questions.
Yeah. Where is Teddy right now?
Teddy's probably sitting on the front porch soaking in some sun.
No.
Yeah, Teddy spends a lot of time guarding the property, and he's such a celebrity. Everybody walking past wants to pet Teddy. Children come and knock on the door and ask if Teddy can play, and he loves it. He absolutely loves it. He's very popular in the neighborhood, in the community.
Well, that's so sweet. Well, so tell us a little bit about the book cover. Obviously, the book cover is the most important things as an author. You've got to get people to want to buy your book. And then we want to ask if you'll read from the book for us. So tell us a little bit about, how did you come up with how did you end up with this book cover?
Well, I wanted to depict like a surprise with the cat, and like, how did he lose his ears, and maybe something very colorful that kids would want to pick off the shelf and read and learn about. So that's what I pictured in my head, and I connected with this amazing illustrator. She hand paints every page in the story, and she just gets my vision, and it's perfect working with her. We're a very good team. Would you like me to read a couple? Oh, Brigitte, you're
sorry.
there.
I love all the illustrations in the book. They're beautiful, and the pictures in the book. And why did you have blank pages at the back? I was just wondering about that.
Apparently, that was not meant to be that way. My book doesn't have those blank pages, but it was just printed that way through Amazon somehow. But I am utilizing those pages to sign and Teddy autographs books for his fans. So we use those blank pages. We make sure we utilize it since it's there. But it's a printing error.
Now, I wanted to ask you about that, because sometimes authors put in blank pages on purpose so that people can make notes. Oh. So it's a great place for parents to make notes of things that they've covered in the book already with the kids, or things that they want to share about the story. And I like that you use it to put in notes or autographs. That's a great use of those pages.
Yes, Teddy has a stamp with a paw print on it, and he signs every book.
That's so cute. Yeah, we'd love for you to read some from the book for us.
Well, sure. So again, this is a true story about Teddy in central Canada, and he was found frozen in a barn by a farmer by happenstance. It was a fluke. Teddy was really on his last legs there. He was not very conscious, but the farmer took him in and warmed him up, and so we'll go from that point. As the ice melted from his fur, Teddy's ears began to disappear. The vet said Teddy lost his ears from extreme cold called frostbite. So as the ice melted, his ears started disappearing too. Mm-hmm. Teddy looked in the mirror, surprised by his reflection. Sometimes Teddy would feel sad that he looked so different from all the other cats. And the story goes on to show that he was asked many questions about his missing ears. Were you in an accident? Why don't you have any ears? Can you still hear? Which are all actually really real questions people would ask me about my cat. People were very curious about his story, and these are all real questions. But I'll just read a little bit here. By sharing his experience, Teddy hopes his story will help save other pets from preventable injuries like his by reminding us to keep our pets inside when it's cold. And on every page, there is a hidden mouse. That's Teddy's favorite toy in real life, too. So kids have to look for the hidden mouse on every page. And there's also a fun page in the beginning of the story where you have to spot the real Teddy. Only one of these cats is the real Teddy, so you need to find him.
Cute.
So there's a few interactive little things in the story, but the artwork really is quite impressive. I'm very grateful to have connected with this artist.
Yeah, it's a very personal relationship to have with someone that gets your
Yes.
vision. Yeah, they become part of what you're doing. So it is a very important part of the journey as a children's author.
Yes, and it's been so easy. I just sent her my stories and she's like, the story jumps out at me and this is what I see. And I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted. So it's perfect.
Nice.
It's a great symbiotic relationship.
That's wonderful. So tell me, is this a once-off story? Are you planning to write some more about Teddy? What's next for you and what's next for Teddy?
Well, Teddy Loves Spaghetti is the next book that's going to be coming out. And that should be out this year in a couple of months, actually. And that all of the stories about Teddy are true. So Teddy loves spaghetti, and he's a very well-behaved cat. He doesn't jump on tables or counters, but when we had spaghetti night as a family, this cat jumped on the table, knocked the bowl of spaghetti over, and just started chowing down like more than Garfield would eat lasagna. And I just thought, I've had cats my whole life. I've never seen a cat eat pasta before. And so this one is a funny story, but more about maybe what we should not be feeding our pets. It's more about nutrition for children and pet care for animals, alternatives to food-based rewards. And it touches a little bit on diabetes and maybe seeing friends with a diabetic blood monitor in their arm and understanding why they have that. And just... yeah, so it's a more of a story about nutrition. So each story, you don't need to know his first story to read the second story. They're all independent with their own lessons. After that, we have Teddy Visits the Vet, and another surprise came out of Teddy's visit to the vet. It is a big reveal, and my children's reaction to that inspired that story as well. And then we'll go into Teddy Gets Adopted. So all of these journeys are things we went through together with this cat, and how the children reacted to these things were just so inspirational to me that I had to put pen to paper.
Well, it's nice that you have that you've got a true base story to go from, because then you've got so much more mileage out of it, I think. And children, I mean, I have kids too, and they're inspirational all day long. I mean, they just kind of, they do something. Oh, that's a book. Oh, that's a story. Oh, that's an idea of some sort, Oh,
absolutely. Sometimes I'll just listen to my children just thinking they're nonstop talkers. And I'll just start typing what they're saying because they're just writing the story themselves. So people ask me what's next for Teddy, and I'm like, I don't know, whatever presents itself to me. It's really exciting.
That is exciting. Yes.
Yes.
That is amazing. So you're basically starting a whole series of books from the story and lessons that people can learn from his journey. I mean, that is just amazing. Teddy's becoming one celebrity cat. And you're right. Oftentimes we talk about don't leave children in a hot car, don't leave animals in a hot car. But the same goes for the cold. Don't leave children in a car that's too hot, too cold, and also animals. It's a big lesson in there. Both extremes are bad for both humans and animals. And I think it's wonderful that you've taken up this opportunity to write about this and to turn it into lessons. I think that's amazing.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, we're excited about where the books are going and where they're headed and the stories and the lessons in all of them. Thank you.
So
It's a big pleasure.
it is a wonderful pleasure. Are you self-published?
Yes, I am self-published with Teddy Loses His Ears. I would love for a publishing company to notice us and offer us a deal, because the costs to self-publish are it is expensive, but I feel that the stories need to be told.
Absolutely. So anybody out there watching, yes.
Come fall in love with Teddy.
Yeah, right. Absolutely.
It is a great story. Christine, thank you
you.
so much for joining us today and sharing Teddy's real life. Hopefully next time we have you on the show, Teddy will make his appearance and he can have appearance on the screen as well. So thank you so much, Christine. And we're going to plug with a very special message inspired by Teddy and your story.